Here's a truth that no one wants to admit. Just because you're average doesn't mean you're less than. See, for years I believed that I wasn't really good at anything, just okay at most things. And like you, I felt that I wouldn't do anything meaningful in life because I couldn't stand out. But once I learned to embrace this idea of being average, I gained the clarity I'd been searching for, and I've helped other anime lovers do the exact same thing. So that's why in this video, I'm going to show you what embracing being average actually looks like, how to achieve remarkable results without being remarkable yourself, and how to discover your natural strengths without chasing specialness. So to start, let me show you how Zanka Nijiku from Gachiakuta turned his perceived weakness into his greatest weapon. Zanka always believed he was destined for greatness. Growing up in a prestigious family, he was set to join the legendary Hell Guards, the elite defenders of the people on the ground, just like his older siblings. But everything changed the day he met Hyo, a true bona fide genius. And suddenly, Zanka's confidence crumbled. For the first time, he saw his own weaknesses and began to doubt if he was ever special at all. That blow to his ego twisted his view of himself and others. He started to see everyone as fakes, just copying the truly talented. And in a desperate move to stand out, he picked an ordinary stick as his weapon, hoping to prove his originality. But it backfired, and Zanka ran away from his training, convinced he'd never measure up to the likes of a true genius. He resigned himself to being a nobody. But then he met Engine. See, Engine didn't let Zanka wallow in self-pity. He wanted him to face his weaknesses and then used him to show that's how he's grown stronger. And those words lit a fire inside of Zanka. He realized that you don't have to be born a genius to become great. And from that moment on, he was determined to prove that even so-called average Joes could surpass the gifted if they had the grit. And that was Zanka's turning point. He became mentally strong with a clear purpose in mind. And honestly, Zanka's story hit pretty close to home for me. I felt that sting of self-doubt too, many times over. Growing up as a gifted kid, only to turn around and struggle to make my mark on the world was a true and painful wake-up call for me. So if you ever felt like you weren't good enough, know that you're not alone. Now, let me show you how you can shift your mindset just like Zanka did. Now, I know a lot of us grew up being called different and or gifted, but those labels come with a lot of baggage. Suddenly, you feel like you have to always perform, or that your value depends on you being special. Or maybe you found yourself just coasting by thinking you could get on just by talent alone. Either way, both mindsets can leave you feeling stuck and frustrated. But here's the truth. Real growth starts when you stop pretending and ask yourself, what am I actually good at versus what do I think I should be good at? That's how you find your real starting line. Take Zanka, for example. He had to admit he wasn't as naturally skilled as he believed, and that chasing greatness just for appearances was actually holding him back. And for me, it meant admitting that I didn't always have the answers, and that sometimes I needed to listen to others and take their advice. And once we faced those truths, both of us finally started moving forward. So for you, notice when you're making excuses or trying to take shortcuts. Write down one area where you've been pretending and accept where you really are right now. Next, I'll show you what happens once you accept your true starting point. Everyone compares themselves to somebody else. Maybe that's a genius like Hyo, or an ideal version of yourself who already has everything that you want. But when you measure your own abilities against someone else's gifts, you end up feeling dissatisfied and honestly just stuck. While the first step was to treat your current self as your starting point, the next step is to truly adopt a growth mindset. That just means believing you can improve with effort instead of thinking your abilities are set in stone. Start by being honest about where you are right now. Write down your strengths, weaknesses, fears, and what you'd like to get better at. You don't need a huge list, just a few honest notes. Key word here is honesty. And then track your progress over time. This way you'll see your own growth, not just how you stack up against others. And it also helps to stop the endless cycle of comparison and lets you celebrate your real progress, not what you think you should be doing. Now, up next, I'll show you how to take the pressure off yourself even as you keep moving forward. See, growing up on anime and superhero movies, we're trained to wait for that special moment. The day we'll discover our hidden power or destiny. This mindset puts a ton of pressure on us to always be amazing. And if we're not constantly doing something epic, we start to feel like we're just background characters. And that's where imposter syndrome really starts to kick in. But here's the truth. You don't have to be special in some over-the-top way just to matter. Everyone is unique and we all have gifts to share. But your value doesn't depend on you being the chosen one. So release the pressure to be exceptional. Instead, celebrate just your ordinary everyday progress. Remember, small steps add up to real lasting improvement. Don't wait for your main character moment. Just start with one simple, easy action today, even if it's as basic as writing something down that you did well today. Next, I'll show you how to uncover your own strengths, even if you feel totally average. Now, the hardest reality I had to accept was that it's okay to struggle. Nobody has it all together, even the most successful people that you see on TV or on social media. Everyone faces challenges, and the sooner that you accept that, the easier it is to actually start making progress. And that's the key. Growth comes from experimenting. You won't know what you're good at or what you enjoy unless you actually try different things and see what clicks. So give yourself permission to be bad at stuff that doesn't matter to your main goals. Try out new activities and notice which ones you naturally enjoy or just feel energized by, and jot down a few that really stand out to you. Focus on improving in the areas where you have both an interest and a bit of natural talent, because that's where real growth actually happens. So now you know what it really means to embrace your averageness and why that's actually your secret weapon. But if you want to keep turning uncertainty into clarity and to keep leveling up, then make sure you subscribe to the channel, because I've got more tips, stories, and steps coming your way to help you move forward, one real, honest step at a time.